Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 187 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of July 9th, 2022. I'm your host, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. This is the podcast about trains. With me, I have four wonderful people, Jacob Durbin and Nicholas Christensen. Those are my engineers. Tyler, coming on as a horseman, and Bear's returning for probably like the sixth time. You've been on here a lot. You're good at the trivia.
You know what they say, all toasters toast toast.
I'm sure that helps you with the trivia. And we have a few segments that we're going to do. Not that anyone here is new to this podcast, but you never know, you might be. Oh, this table just
It's my first day.
It's your first day. Well, you
It's
have
always
you
my
have top
first
billing
day.
on your first day. I don't know how you manage that. Well,
This is
I know. I know
he
a
got a
guy.
major role.
you know a guy.
He had a major role in a major movie before this.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Exactly.
his accent wasn't consistent enough to
Shut up.
big leagues.
With
Shut up.
You posted that comment on the last episode about why use Morgan Freeman when you have my voice, and I just thought about, like,
yeah,
on Stranger Ties.
yeah.
Great.
And we were just talking about how that was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy
I
stuff.
feel so old.
Yeah, you should.
Good.
But before we die, the train will terminate at this station.
Fairport, New York, land of the setting sun. Not the rising sun like in Japan,
What?
but it's late in the evening, so there's your reason why the sun is setting.
It was also coincidentally 9 a.m. in Japan, which fits.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Anyway, we have a Mantle of Responsibility. It's a bit where we talk about who crashed most recently. Canadian Pacific is the
Ooh.
current holder. They didn't crash most recently. They crashed least recently, I suppose you could say.
Good job, Canadian Pacific.
I actually
Good
I
on you.
put in something different here. Although we did have an accident. CSX. What did they do? They did something. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mark BNSFs. BNSF set an engine on fire. Well, BNSF had a really. I don't know if you could call this an engine on fire,
Oh,
because it's pretty
Lord.
contained, but there is fire on the engine.
I would call that an engine on fire.
Okay.
Not a big
Thank you.
fire, but a fire
Thank you, BN.
nonetheless.
Very
Small
cool.
It's an engine under fire, in a sense. Anyway,
Yeah, sort of.
CSX then
fired-
crashed real bad the next day. Railbox cars and tank cars all over the place. There's actually quite a few pictures of this. I like how there
Yeah,
are pictures
it looks
taken at different
rough.
times. Did it happen in the middle of the night? Somebody just writes, "What is going on with this world?" Oh, lady, you should watch the podcast. This happens
Yeah.
all the time. Anyway, on July 2nd, UP had the first derailment of July. Congratulations to Union Pacific. Golf clap. They derailed 9 cars in Houston, but a few days prior to that, I wrote near hit on this article because they came within about 6 feet, 5 feet of hitting a trailer, a
Holy
tractor trailer that was
Holy
stopped at a
cow.
crossing. Yeah. So,
that was close.
yeah, it's actually, this is probably the rarest thing that we see happen is a train almost hitting something.
And then we actually hear about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Usually that flies by.
Yeah, unless
But
it's
nope,
on like
we got this one going down.
unless it's on Ashland, Virginia rail cam.
Yeah.
Which I haven't seen a good video of somebody turning onto the tracks in Ashland lately. That happens alarmingly frequently. I guess because
Yeah.
the sun is setting later, people just have more warning. Anyway, I'd like to thank Virtual Rail Fan for not kicking us off using their doodad, not sending us a cease and desist in the mail.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
We probably give them so much free publicity from the 2 beers
Yeah,
that watch.
of the three viewers.
Yeah.
3 viewers. We got a new one
Three.
from Heist, remember?
Previewers.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We did.
Yeah.
We did.
I gotta make more locomotion videos with Heist. Anyway,
Yes.
I
Yeah,
have
you
been...
do.
Heist actually tuned into an under construction like a month
Oh,
ago.
cool.
Yeah, I got to show him some of the things you can do with interlocking towers, which of course very much pleased him as a signals engineer.
Yes.
And I have been, I guess you could call it working full bore, doing my 3 hours a week on Tollbrand, but the last 2 episodes, I ended up staying up several hours after that, just effing with spreadsheets. Because I have started to understand the holes in my understanding of, like, what I need to write down. And I started now cataloging every single siding and yard track and movements into those sidings and yard tracks, so I make sure that at the end of the day, we end up with the same number of cars in each track as we started with.
Interesting.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Tollbrand is supposed to have a fully automated 24-hour operating session, I guess you could call it. Which I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but in order to prepare for that, I've been making spreadsheets, and I had to make a brand new one for this. I've been also then cataloging every movement each train does. Basically, I'm getting a lot more granular than I have been in the past, instead of just sort of winging it. And I'm running into the issue of, well, the stuff that's got to happen in the morning has to happen, or, the stuff that's got to happen in the morning is going to affect stuff further away, but I don't know what exists further away because I haven't built it yet. Like, I don't know what industries are on the other side of the peninsula because I haven't built it yet, so I can't put together trains to send that way if I don't know what I'm supposed to send.
Yeah.
But I have been doing a good job of filling in the farm fields and working our way out of the other side of the river from Mason's Landing towards the hamlet of Pan Am. Because, rest in peace, Pan Am. Yeah. Otherwise, I haven't really done a ton. I mean, I broke my phone, as previously mentioned, and I lost the pictures from when O'Gillies and Wybold were here, which is sad.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least the one of me sitting on a signal is still around somewhere, and the one of Wybold holding the pineapple cup is sitting around. Which I am glad that one survived because, honestly, I didn't expect. I didn't think that he would do that. I figured I would be like, here, hold this, and he'd say, no, get it away from me.
You and your silly pineapples.
Yes, between the pineapple and the red glasses, these are the things that to which I have become
and
known.
the Krispy Kreme hat.
And the Krispy Kreme.
Glasses?
I mean, I only wore the Krispy Kreme hat on one trip, but it's still sitting here. It's still sitting in my little cubby next to my bed. I could pull it out at any moment.
Without any context, the only thing I'm thinking of when you say red glasses is just some alternate version of the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, no, I actually control... Well, Tollbrand is like my Oz, basically.
Yeah.
I need to see if there's a laying down person and put a house on them.
Yeah.
He is zealous, the great and powerful.
That's
Ellis. Yeah.
Ellis
would be like, if he wanted to be in the video game for 24 hours, he'd choose Tollbrand.
Yeah.
And just be there.
I'd just be dicking around. It'd be like, I mean, that's the other thing I'd like to be able to do. So there's 2 ultimate goals of Tollbrand. The one is to have a 24-hour operating session, and the other is to have a map where, sort of like a model railroad or just a model railroad club that you're a member of, it's just a really big world that you can just hop on and do something with, and then save your session and then move on, and then come back to it.
All right then.
I like the idea of doing that. I feel like most trains routes, or even most train games up until recently, it isn't something where you sort of do a little bit of work and then you save your progress and come back to it again later. The 2 that I think break the mold on that are Derail Valley and Railroads Online, which are relatively recent in terms of the history of train games.
All right then.
Woo.
For now. I mean, there probably will be others that follow that model. I feel like people can see RO and be like, oh crap, like that's... They People like this. And
People like it when you make Tycoon Chaos and turn it into first person and spoiler explosion.
That's why I have the feeling that Derail Valley will come back around to the idea of adding multiplayer, because they probably are looking at RO and being like, oh, holy crap! Like
people want to play trains with their
market.
friends.
Yeah,
okay.
People want to play trains with other people. Damn, we thought all these foamers were like total introverts, which we are, but we'll interact with people online.
Introverted.
Anyway.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time we're not introverted.
We are introverts until it suits our goals, which, having a conductor is very useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having someone say 2 cars, 1 car.
Yeah.
Bonk.
Yeah. Having someone to run into at full speed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looking at you last time we played on the MDIV, which, not looking forward to going back into doing that, because then everything's going to explode all over the place. Unfortunately, no boiler explosions.
It's still going to be fun to run after you, though.
Yes.
You will never escape me.
Oh god, that reminds me of like cat in the background, but also sometimes when I play this Roblox server, Rails Unlimited, sometimes there'll be this weird scamp just chasing down my train, and I'm like, what do you want from me?
I'm just imagining it like the ghost light on that Cars short, where it's actually just attached to the back of your train, so you think you're being chased.
That one. It's not that. Like, there's this guy who's just zipping by and just zips through the train just repeatedly and repeatedly.
Yeah, he wants to get hit by the train. I honestly, I can understand that.
Gmod in
yeah, in Gmod or in Gmod's the other one. Although I know there isn't a purpose-built game for that, but
then I clicked the wrong thing.
Man, I kind of miss Gmod train build.
Yeah. If you go back, you're going to be a Gmod train build boomer.
Yep.
Quite literally.
Shroomer.
Yeah,
I think I've been playing it on and off for like 8 years. So,
I haven't played it in a hot minute. Although I did meet someone from train build community while I was at the Great West Steam.
Oh.
I met a guy from Epstein and another guy, but anyway, the Great Western Steam Up.
Yes.
Yes, it was really fun. I had a great time. I'm not gonna even attempt to try the photo dump. You can go back into the photo dump and check what I did.
All right, let me see if I can find some pictures.
Because I took a lot of photos.
Yes.
Over those few days.
I have to scroll up past East Rail joining the Navy, or whatever that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to meet a few interesting fellows.
Yeah.
Would you like to discuss?
Yes, there was some interesting follows. I met a guy named Colin that works on a Porter tank engine. I met half of Trains Forge.
Associates were cool. Causing chaos.
Yes, they were.
Is that a Betsy I see? I see a Betsy.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Is this the tender for the Betsy?
No, that's actually the tender on that locomotive, Antelope Western number 1 is a dump car frame.
Yep.
That they took and then they made the tank on top of it, and it's not actually like water tank. It's literally just wood storage.
But you're saying that there could be a Porter tender.
There are actual Porter tender designs, not specifically for, I believe, what is this, like 11 ton or whatever.
You just need a box with some water lines.
God, it's not that easy.
No, I'm pretty sure it's that easy.
No.
If I can make a steam engine in Minecraft, how hard can it be in real life?
Wait.
You just put batteries in there.
That's me quoting.
Just be Jason Momoa.
That's me quoting some guy from Culverdale, probably.
If you've seen the updates for the new Minecraft movie, you'll understand the Jason Momoa joke.
Yes. All right, I saw Betsy. I know you got a piss cup.
Yeah. My ESND Piss Cup. Very nice.
Mark.
Yeah, I
and
met
had
Mark.
to do your piss test.
I also met Yaton as well. Very cool dude. I was there with some of my associates as well, so we had a
associates.
great time. Yes, young Kyle and Noah.
There's a. I didn't
Also
know
probably-
there was a climax, or not a climax, a Heisler.
Heiser. That Heiser wheel swift.
Did it
going up the
really?
hill. And Heis and I are looking at each other like, no. No.
They
No.
left the parking brake on.
You can't do that in the Heis.
Heis is like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
so on the
they must
first day,
have
like,
boy."
So on the first day, we just kind of walked around, saw what was there. I took a whole bunch of photos of the Valkyr, which was fantastic. And then SP18 was running around, so I got plenty of shots of that.
First time I've been jealous about SP18, that's for sure.
What did I miss?
You
And then
missed
we
the
got a
Great
group
Western Steam
photo.
Up if you weren't there.
Oh. I wasn't there, but okay.
I wish I was there.
Milky, did you ever bump into one Mr. Chris Eden Green?
Yes, we actually, I think on the third day, we did a photo shoot with all the Wino people. The people working on the Wino during the event, which they were polishing brass and whatnot, removing layers of Hollywood paint.
Mhm.
Those were a dedicated bunch of people. I was not one of them, but they worked for hours on that engine during the event.
Wow.
Yeah, one of those was Taylor McCready from Tucson, who's also
Yeah.
working on 1673. The other one of the guys was Dan and Trains Forge, who incidentally was asked a bunch of questions by Chris. Dan did not know that was Chris Eden Green during the time.
Yeah, no.
See, someone likes his content.
Just like asking all these questions about Reno, and it's after that. Oh, that was a very interesting fellow, Ben. That was Chris Eden Green.
Yeah, we took a group photo, and Chris Eating. You can't see in the photo, but right under me is Chris Eating Green taking his shot. I'm like, wow, this is real life.
Yeah, you go to a legendary event, you're gonna run into legendary people.
But
Yeah,
it was
like,
really cool.
You guys know who
we-
Rodney Kantorski is?
Yeah.
I have.
A friend of mine actually met him once.
Oh yeah, he was at the Big E this year, and Shortline
Yeah, he
Company
was.
went to go meet him. I didn't get to meet
Yeah,
him, but
he was.
I did see him. We passed each other in the hallway at one point. And I was just like, that's
Good tail
that guy. I was like,
Rodney
hey, that's the
cameo.
Empties East, Empties West guy.
Yeah.
The guy who absolutely hates the Pennsylvania and the Lackawanna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And loves the Penn Central.
yeah. And I should have just like taken a PRR sticker and stuck it on the back of his coat or something.
Just go full
Wait.
kick me sign mode.
Standard.
It's just
me.
it's just like a kick me sign.
That
Yeah,
makes
that's
me
what I was
dirty.
saying.
Stone.
It's a kick me, but it's like it's written on the side of a car.
Yeah,
Do not hump or just kick.
you know. Nice.
1361 sticker.
Actually, oh man, there's a joke in here about do not hump and rail fans. I don't know.
Well, they had to tell a few people to do not hump the 165
Oh, no.
Oh God!
because there is a fair bit of people there too on Sunday when I was out in Portola.
My copper boy.
Because I figured, you know what, they're running the only running WP steam locomotive, and I'm an hour and a half away from it in Carson City. I want to do that.
Yeah, it's not that
And then
bad.
I found out when I got there that they're doing cab rides in the boy.
Nice.
Well,
Like $20.
yeah, $20.
Oh, that's so cheap
That's
for a cab
interesting.
ride.
Yeah.
Although in
So
fairness,
I got like a 15, 20-minute ride up in the cab of WP Chonker.
Yeah, it's a thick boy.
So that was great. It was also great to see Portola Yard because I'm a big WP guy, and I've heard so much about, Portola was the business point on the WP, but to be there,
that's
really
pretty
cool.
cool.
I definitely want to go back for a week to just be in the Feather River Canyon. It's very nice. So.
All right then.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
And then before I actually rode behind Chiggin,
Nice.
it's really cool. I think we had some wheel strip on our one too. But yeah, Chiggin, and then they did a double header with Chiggin and the Pachinko and Chucky 5, which was dope. I think the 25 wheels for the
Chicken's a stocky little engine.
yeah, it really is.
A little chicken on the coupler.
Yeah.
Bok bok.
And then at the end of the days, they would have a train going around with the Inyo in a passenger car.
So cool.
Yeah. So that's about all for that trip.
Well,
Some great times. Met a lot of great people. And had a good time.
yeah, that sounds really, really fantastic. I wish I could have made it out to that.
Yeah.
I guess
I'm like 90% sure that it's gonna happen again at some point.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Everyone involved did really well.
and
And
it seemed like the turnout and
Yeah.
everything was good.
it was a good turnout. It was reasonably packed all 4 days.
it just
And
strikes
the train rides were full for the most part.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah, they were full. Even the one that you had to buy separately, which was the Inyo trip, that was booked. Yeah, they did very good on it.
That's nice. Yeah, and it just strikes me that like there was the Iron Horse Roundup, and that sort of proved that we could do this. That you could get all these engines together, which I mean, reasonably, you can only ever get together a bunch of really small engines or a bunch of really big engines, because
Yeah.
either
Yeah.
they
There's
got to
no in
get
between.
themselves there, or you got to put them on trucks.
Yeah.
And yeah, that sort of proved that this was logistically possible, and I think this proved that it's logistically possible and it can be beneficial to all parties. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, the Iron Horse Roundup was a very cool concept, but bringing a bunch of tiny engines to the cats and telling them to have at it is maybe not the best idea.
Yeah.
What exactly happened there?
The cats is very
That-
steep.
Yeah.
Basic
Oh.
summary of what happened was Eureka broke, 168 broke one of her eccentric straps, so it was running on free chuffs for Revolution.
Shuffs.
425 got a bad set of coal. Lucy didn't kill anybody, surprisingly.
Well,
It was
Everything
Friday
else
the 13th for
Allegedly.
the locomotives, I guess.
listen,
They had to with the wood burners. They didn't complete a trip. They actually that was a very weird night. But it was a whole mess of like stuff happened, yes, and it was a good time. But then also for the engineering staff, the mechanical department, all of them, it was a pain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like operations wise, there's a reason the last time Eureka was there was in like the 90s or early 2000s, and it was with like one car.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
you see all the photos of the DNRG with like 5 Americans on their
or
trains.
5, because it's usually
Yeah.
like 4 consolidations at the front and then 1 in the middle.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, it's, oh man, it was one of those sort of wake up moments to me, building ridiculous trains routes with ridiculous gradients, and being like, yeah, 4%. Yeah, I mean, it sounds bad, but it can't be that bad. And then you see pictures like that, and it's like, no, it's 100% that bad and worse.
right.
Yeah,
You
and
can,
it's
Tiger Mountains moment.
yeah, exactly.
it's been compounded by the modern environment, for lack of a better term, in that the locomotives like Eureka and Glenbrook, when they were built, every single car was wood.
Yeah,
No exceptions. It's all wood, right? All the cars on the Coombers and Toltec, except for like even the historic fleet has been upgraded a bit. They are all mainly steel underframe,
mm-hmm.
and so it's. I think the historic consist they might have a bit of, at least I think supports our metal bracing whatnot, because they were
Yeah.
updated over the years.
Yeah,
So they're
I
not
know.
exactly light cars, and they're
Plus,
especially like really heavy for when 1875 era shit comes
Yeah.
around.
Right, and I wouldn't think, compared to when they were built to now, now you can't run them like as hard or anything because you don't have parts just laying around in the back of
Yeah.
the shop.
Nobody's gonna let you run it that hard.
Yeah,
You run it that hard, you get kicked off the footplate.
exactly.
Like, unless the FRA inspector's there and actually asking you to, gun that shit.
Or your
Yeah.
name is Ross Rowland.
In which case you get away with it for so long.
Yeah. I want to go back to the discussion we were having before the podcast where we were talking about the U.S. government calling up former railroad people in the wake of the Class 1 catastrophe. What were we calling it? The
The Class 1 is Apocalypse.
yeah, I don't know, something like that. Just
The Class 1 apocalypse, I guess.
the catastrophe. I don't know.
The class catastrophe.
Well, no, that's just called the Russian Revolution. And I just said, we're gonna introducing our new Secretary of Transportation, Russ Rowland. We run the thing.
Return
Here's what you
Camelbacks
do.
to the main line.
No, never. Return them to
Here's what you do.
Return them to the void
You
from
just
whence they came.
Send it.
Return them back to the builders and then have them cut them up and turn it to new locomotives. Like they did to that Virginia triplex.
Rest in peace, the
Yeah,
triplex.
here's what you do. You just get in the thing and just send it.
Run the thing.
Absolutely.
Send it on
You
its
just
way.
send it. You give it full send all the time. Honestly, Union Pacific could learn a thing or two.
Yeah, one of the-
From your shenanigans in Run 8.
Yeah,
Is what I'm hearing?
Well, actually, from specifically not that. From anything else. You take what we do and use it as like the opposite of an example. Be like, this is what not to do.
Okay, but I want to put Caboose on all my trains.
Well, we don't do that, so there you go.
Not yet.
I feel like we
I
might
just
get in
want to run
trouble.
a short line in Run 8, please.
What do you say?
I want to run a short line. Like, give me some old Jeeps and I will be happy.
I think old Jeeps are coming soon, TM, and we do have like the Trona Railway and stuff.
I will buy Run 8 V3 when they add like GP10s and shit. Please.
Give me Phoenix.
Phoenix. I mean, they were going in that direction. They decided to go up California instead, which they could just connect those and call it a day. I mean, let's see.
Hey, an intermodal just went by on the Fairpoint cam.
Yeah, and it doesn't have any like cars with the Imperial Eagle on them. That's weird. I'm not used to this.
It just has a load of Maersk containers on it.
All the Heiden Winston.
Alright, so I'm gonna measure something real quick because we have from LA all the way out to where the heck is Seligman? There's Seligman. That's 320 miles. 320 miles north sorry, Sacramento is 360 miles north of LA. So it is completely feasible that we could have those two maps attached someday. Taps forehead. I mean, we already have to Fresno. That's only another 150 miles. But really, I just want the UPLA sub. Like, come on. It's ridiculous that we don't have that. I know I'm late to the ball game on this, but anyway. Enough of me being salty. What else? Does anybody else have anything else to cover? Jader, you haven't been talking about your new baby yet.
I have a bunch of
Wait,
stuff
you're a
to talk
father
about.
now?
He is a father.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Well,
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thanks.
His
Well,
child is officially.
It's like 30 feet long. But
It's
anyway,
a giant baby.
Very older than him.
Well,
yeah.
Oh, well,
Anyway,
then.
I'm going to go in chronological order since I haven't been here for a few weeks. Okay.
All right, then.
All right, I'm back.
So last Saturday, one of my friends invited me out to the Mill Creek Central Railroad, about 40 minutes away, for their July 4th meet. They were doing card order ops, which I was hyped for because I've done card order on like HO scale. Yeah, it was really fun. But not with 7.5 scale. But let's see. I think we did, I think, three trips throughout the day. 2 I did with a guy I met that day, Andrew. That's what the first 2 pictures are. Second one is his engine on the turntable we were using.
man, I wish all turntables could fit an engine and 2 cars.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It would.
Let's see, and then the last 2 are the third trip of the day, where I used my friend's box cab. I think it's a Plum Cove chassis with a home built shell, and it's really nice, and it was
so cute.
able to pull and push 6 cars.
Like the Reading diamond on the side. I know
It's not Reading,
TNOC,
it's,
but it looks Reading.
Yeah, from a distance it looks Reading. You're right.
Here we see the Reading.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I swear, and every time I go out there, like the connections are made in my brain. Like I don't know how I'm gonna buy Weibel's Porter, but I want to do it eventually.
I need the Porter.
Exactly.
Give him the
And
order.
I started thinking, okay, maybe I can build a vacation around it.
Mhm.
And then this past week, I was on my way to work. Like, wait, if we do the Colorado trip next year, I'll go out there, and then just rent like a U-Haul or something, like a little U-Haul, and drive it back.
Yeah,
Maybe.
There you go. I like how we keep talking about renting U-Hauls on horseman trips as a meme, and that's just an actual usage for one. It feels weird to me.
Yeah. I'd drag another person along with me, though, because no way in hell I'm driving,
3 days
I think it's
back
like
on
18
drive.
hours from Denver to here. No.
That seems
not.
short. Yeah, no, it's definitely got to be longer than that.
I'm regardless, I'm not doing it myself.
Yeah, no, don't do it yourself. Don't. I mean, I wouldn't want to do a drive of half that length by myself.
No.
Neither would I.
It's just a long time. Gotta hope that you've got lots of good podcasts.
Like this one.
I said good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got Universe yourself.
I was about to say either that or some good songs like the guy from Baby Driver.
The rare self-burn.
Anyway,
Let's see.
what else have you got? Now tell us about your baby.
Well,
You said you were
okay,
going to go in order, but
yeah, I'll go in order. Next day, went up to my cousin's and I I wasn't thinking of buying it, but then he pulls this out. I'm like, I don't know if I should buy this, but I started making offers. And then, he said he'll think about it. And I got home and he texted me, $30 and it's yours. But that engine is a Athearn Little Monster 042 from the late 50s, 1960, I think. It's basically a little meme machine.
Yeah. I'm sure it feels like a brick.
It's heavy for, like, it's relatively heavy, but like the shell's all plastic.
I think I found what you're talking about. Oh, close. The one I found online had lettering on it.
It's supposed to have lettering on both sides, but the one side's just completely faded off.
Do you have plans for it?
Yeah, I think the plan right now is I want to pimp it out. Like, I want to put a can motor in it.
Dark rims.
Maybe.
Paint Raisin Bran on the side.
Oh no.
I knew I could bring this back to the Raisin Bran car.
No.
Oh no.
No, just paint the American version of Smokey Joe onto it.
No,
it's basically what it is. It's fast. I'm just running around the layout, and then one of my friends says, "I wonder how fast that goes."
Oh no.
And I just crank it up to full speed.
Just goes. Pew!
It's a pocket rocket.
I did that with my T1, and I swear these things must be governed these days because it goes fast, but not like concerningly fast.
That's
Either
probably
that or
about
it's
right.
just not powerful enough to do that.
It's definitely powerful enough. It'll pull a whole coal drag up at 3% grade on its
Yeah.
own.
Oh,
But it just doesn't
Good
go that
chunkin' boy.
fast.
Are you talking about the DNH challenge?
No.
not
Okay.
yet anyway.
We will
Okay.
get... I know we're over time on this segment, but I want Jader to be able to cover his stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, my apologies.
Let's see.
That was
Let's see.
Spoilers.
Bears. That's exactly what it is. But I want to pimp it out. Can motor, new detail parts, DCC, and I want to restore it to its original identity. So get like fresh
All right,
decals
then.
made.
Sounds good to me.
Its original identity. And no,
Yeah,
it's going
it's
undercover. It's got a new identity. It's in the Witness Protection Program.
Jader Railways
From the
number
mob.
12.
I'll make it
Yeah.
WRRR number 21 then, just in inverse of what it is.
yes.
You know what I should have done?
But pictures are sending slowly.
Okay.
What'd
Yeah,
you do?
those are great. I see those at train shows all the time.
Something that just crossed my mind is that we have our whole storyline in the Chronicles about Lee botching the mob thing and then just fleeing halfway across the country. Why did I never think to write that he was in the Witness Protection Program? Because that would have made it so much better. Now it's,
Well, then you would have explained more shit.
Mogul.
I'm recanonizing it using the
Oh,
Witness
God.
Protection Program.
It's okay. It won't be the first time next someone's week canonized stuff.
All right, so I have an important question.
Yeah.
Are these the same
Yes.
mogul?
No.
Marquis Mogul and
No.
Tyler's mogul.
One is bigger than the other one.
The one I'm currently working on is an M4. Two of them exist. One of them was owned by Gene Audrey. The other one is in Tucson.
Mm-hmm.
And then Milky's is an M6, which is like the derivation for every other SP mogul besides the M21.
Yeah.
Fair
Which
enough.
I will be making later because Milky has commissioned me to make the bullshit.
Nice.
I thought yours looked a lot tinier.
We need to commission you to make some HON2 stuff for 3D printing purposes. This was discussed last time I was with DJ. And
Depends on what it is, but I could probably do it.
anyway,
Can I talk about my baby now?
yes, you may
Yes,
you may
talk
talk
about
about,
the
Talk
your,
about the
baby.
you
baby.
could talk about the Jader face reveal right here in the first
Yeah.
picture.
Winning sexy back.
I need to zoom out because it was just Jader's face filling the entire screen.
He has given birth to a caboose.
Jader's face reveal jump scare.
Jader jump scare.
Jader's face reveal
Five.
gone wrong.
I
Scary
really need a
Maze
hair.
Game
I really need
Gator
a haircut.
Edition.
Man,
Anyway, okay, so this was about. Let's see. This starts about 2 weeks ago, but in our Rarids newsletter, there was a little thing saying, we're trying to get a group together to work on this caboose. Contact so and so, and we'll get something. We'll see what happens. So I contact the person and ask, how do I get involved in this? Are there scheduled work sessions? And he says, well, no, because I'm not going to be in charge of it. I don't have time for it. There were people that were working on it, but they don't want to lead it. So then I thought about it overnight, and I'm like, you know what? I want to take the lead on this. Why not?
yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. Like I had this gut feeling that nobody else that I could think of was going to give this thing any attention, and it was just going to get worse and worse, and then we'd have to do a really, really thorough rebuild on it, and that'd be even worse than what it is now. So then I went down yesterday to start, to actually start working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because last time I was there, it was still outside. None of the boards had been replaced.
Yeah.
Anything like that. But when I got there to a nice surprise. The one side, you can see with the white primer and the fresh red paint. That's already been done. So basically, the hardest part has already been done, replacing the boards on that side. Well, some
That's
of the
great.
boards.
And I'm sort of glad this happened when it did. I'm glad that you decided to sort of go for it on this. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that this happened when it did, because I know we were talking about, what are you gonna, are you gonna stay with Hawking Valley, or are you gonna go do something like at Fort Wayne or whatever? And now, it's like
you got Caboose.
you found your calling here, which I think
Yeah.
is wonderful.
That's how it felt the whole time. Like, because being on train cruise fun and all, but I'd honestly much rather be doing this, actually just working on stuff, and then when it's done, I'll be in there, have people writing in it. I can't think of the word, but yeah, I'd be in there, have people writing in it, because that's my idea is fix it up and then have it on the trains.
Yeah.
On occasion, and then let people actually ride in it. Because I think in the past we used to do that, but I'm not sure. At the very least, I don't think we did it with this car.
Yeah.
I know with the WNF you can rent out the whole caboose if you have a group of 20 people or something.
That's what a lot of places do. But I think what I want to do is basically it's just like, okay, it's going to be on the train, this weekend. We advertise it, and then it's like first come, first serve for the 12 o'clock train and then the 2:30 train or whatever we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm just glad this is happening.
Oh yeah.
I'm really happy about it, and it's not in awful shape. Like, yeah, there's some wood that needs to be replaced, and then some. Actually, no. Now that I think about it, it's really just wood replacing, and then a lot of painting.
Yeah. There's some really good solid bones for a Plastic there.
Yeah,
I will say that a lot more than Turbine Car.
Oh no, the poor Interurban car.
Yeah, the 1067. Ooh. It's gotten way better over the past 5 years, but
No, still ways to go.
yeah.
Mhm.
We can come back
Still
to
got
these.
like another decade.
Hmm?
Still got another decade to go on that car.
Any day now. It's either the 1067 or 5550. Well, it's a toss-up. Which gets done first?
With the 1785.
Or that, well,
Well,
at least you have a roof.
But-
We'll talk about that later.
yeah.
Which, you went to visit a bridge. You could tell us about that really quick.
Yeah, that was neat. So this bridge was built 1928, and placed on Southern Pacific's West Station branch line. It replaced the wood structure before it that had been there, I think, the 1880s. And I think it came from a part of the Central Pacific, from what I recall. I forget where it came from, but it came from somewhere else on SP
It's
when they upgraded it.
that's kind of funny. Went on to
Yeah.
get bridge transplanted.
Yeah, that was neat to go out and see. It's the first bridge on the railroad going out of Woodburn, crosses over the Pudding River. So,
Wait, how do you spell that?
Pudding.
Oh, it's Pudding. It is actually the Pudding River.
Yeah, it is actually the Pudding River.
Oh my god, I
Yep.
didn't know that this railroad ran by Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Yes. You know, it's the #1 commodity on the railroad. Willy Wonka's chocolate makes up 5,000 carloads a year from here.
What are
Okay.
you guys talking about again? Because I have a joke I need to make about this.
It's a bridge. It's a
Someone
bridge.
just go down to the bridge and start blasting Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
no
God.
earthly way of knowing which way this bridge is going.
No.
I can't imagine what you'd get if you decided to try and fish off this bridge, other than hit by a train.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't end well, I imagine.
No.
No.
Bonk.
What's worse is
Oh,
when the M&M freaking piranhas come up and bite you to pieces.
No way.
Oh god.
I would love some. Hold on, I'm gonna do some research really quick. Carry on.
But yeah, I think the only trust bridge on the railroad, out of the 12 bridges on the railroad, the only trust one.
Oh wow.
All the other ones are either wooden or girder.
Yeah.
And this is about 2 miles into the railroad. And at some point, you'll be able to go over this in train, because I'm building that route.
Nice. I looked up evil candy animals. Unfortunately,
no.
I'm not really finding anything. I mean, there's a couple of
You-
things. This
You could
this.
use Dolly AI. to
Oh
do
god,
that.
that's right. I could do that.
Yes.
Oh,
Alright, hold
right,
on.
right.
To Dolly we
Give
go.
me a second.
Oh, yeah, speaking of
I
M6,
tried to put Pingu, I tried to do an image in Dolly AI where it's Pingu versus Gilgamesh from the Fate franchise. It did not work at all.
Just more Pingu. Except for the middle one. Alright, anyway, we need to go and do a thing. Who wants to introduce
We gotta
it?
get down to down to what we all are here for.
Alright. So in the one corner, we have the Erie L1. Is that right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, the Erie L1, which I will be representing. Erie
God, I
L1.
hate this thing.
What? Wait, what is this thing? I don't even. Oh my God! Why did I?
Alice,
Alice, you become the name that you swore to the start.
maybe think before you act.
I was
the future.
assigned this. I did not choose it. Okay.
Hey,
Oof. Whip.
I regret everything.
You should.
Rest in peace, Grandpa. You're gonna die.
All right, and in the
Maybe
other
I should
corner,
have
we
assigned
have
it
a
to
good
Molding.
engine.
Yeah. The D&H J95. I don't know how they got J95 out of Challenger, but
It's
Probably
They
called them the Joshua class.
no, they probably called it Jesus. This thing's big.
Jesus. Yeah, I mean, for a northeastern road, I know they weren't like a New England railroad, but for a northeastern road to have a
Big chunky Challenger.
Challenger is pretty pretty serious.
Indeed.
Let's be honest, the D&H naming their challengers with a J classification doesn't surprise me at all because it's It's the DNH.
Yeah,
It's the DNA.
it's the DNH.
Like-
they lived
Exactly.
they lived on style. There was no sense involved.
Yeah.
No logic. Just go.
About as much logic as PRR numbering their K4s.
Yes.
Okay,
It's a
so
lottery machine.
who's got the J?
I got the
Milky
trade.
has the good engine.
Oh
I
God.
have the other engine.
Okay. I think us as the audience to the slaughter should show mercy on Ellis and give him the ball first.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
let's
you're
do
showing
that.
mercy on me, but on the other hand, you're showing mercy on this thing, which is completely undeserving.
Okay, but it's that
how-
versus the
but
DNH.
listen, I
So
know,
this
I know,
is like
I know why you're doing it. I'm just voicing
He's
my
gotta
objection.
Yeah, like Milky has a thing that looks like an abomination on the outside. Ellis has a pretty much a mutation.
Yeah, no, I like the DNH challengers. I don't really have
No,
anything against them.
no. That's meant on the outside. It looks kind of weird.
No, you're wrong though.
Well then,
They
They're-
pushed in the turbo button and got everything out of that engine that they could.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna do.
God.
Oh God, where the hell are we gonna start with these stupid things?
Well, I see one
I-
big thing that you can probably win.
There are a couple things that I think I could win, and yeah, there is that. But I'm gonna go with driver wheelbase.
oh
I
lord.
will.
I don't know if I have
this is
actually.
Oh, no.
I know I want to do engine wheelbase. My bad, I misspoke. Engine wheelbase.
Okay.
Okay.
Milky?
I will add engine wheelbase. 53.92.
All right, 39.17. Tyler, could you do the points for me, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Point to Ellis.
Yay, I got a point.
That's 1-0.
Ratio of driving wheelbase to overall engine wheelbase.
.41.
0.73, and I don't know how that makes any sense.
Well, 2-0.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you don't really need to say it, but you know.
Well, it's not one. It's the issue. I don't know how I got that number, but okay. I'm not
But
really
by-
complaining. I still won. But I'm not gonna do that against a DNH engine. Let's do. You know what? Let me take a really close look at this to make sure, because. Yeah, I don't know, Tyler. I don't know. I don't know about that.
I think look at your back.
I'm looking at my back. Anyway, no, we're gonna do tubes.
Tubes.
Oh, that's okay. Milky?
202 with 2.25 diameter.
Yes, 404 2.25.
Damn. son.
Alrighty.
I just saw that and I went,
3-0.
ooh. All right. Screw it. Going for protractive effort. Damn it.
94,428.
Damn it. I was really hoping that these things would suck as much as the UP Challengers. Tractive
No,
effort
no,
for me
no.
is 88,890. And now
All right.
I will accept death.
3-1.
The sweet
You're
release of death.
forgetting that these Alco earlier challengers were based.
Hey, Milky?
Okay, but anyway, driver diameter.
Ow. 51.
Ah,
69.
Look at my tiny
Nice.
wheels.
3-2. Okay, Milky, next shot.
Jesus Christ.
Oil pressure.
215.
285.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
High
said.
pressure
I
cylinders.
wasn't doing that against a DNH engine. Well, this is gonna hurt. High pressure cylinders 25 by 28.
20.5 by 32.
20.5.
We need
All
to
right.
get the calculator
to
out.
the calculator. There's
Boy.
an unfortunate thing here, though, which, you know, we'll get to. I'll go in the second position here. Oops, not 18. 25 by 28. Here's the problem. I only have 2 cylinders. I only have 2 high-pressure cylinders.
Put it in.
And this man has 4 of them.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage,
Uh,
and with that, Milky got
What is
Emotional
wrong with
damage.
me?
4
Ouch.
points.
Yes.
All is free.
Yeah. Alright. And it's a lead I won't see again. It's disappearing into the distance.
All
Bye,
right,
have a
Milky.
good time.
I won't.
Tender fuel capacity.
Oh, man. Okay. Tender fuel capacity, 16 tons. And what do you get?
0.6.
Yeah.
Yep.
5.
Tender water capacity.
8,500.
Wow, I can fit 3 of you in.
Alright, shut up.
22,500.
I mean, first of all, no, you can't.
In terms of water?
8 times 3 is 24.
Okay. Oh,
So, I will be
2.8 times.
Yeah, okay. Shut up. It just wasn't 3. It was less than 3.
Less than 3.
Let me
after a
live by
bit
my-
teeth and
In fact, no.
yes.
4.61.
Oof. 4.30.
4.61 on an engine that's all drivers.
Oops, all
How
drivers.
do you do
Alright,
that?
7-3.
All drivers.
First 10 points all on the board.
Oh, I hate
Yeah.
this.
I mean, how?
Great area.
100 even.
108.20.
See, Tyler? Camelbacks are garbage.
Fair.
Firebox area.
348.3 square feet.
630 feet
Jesus
square.
Christ.
Yeah,
Holy
that's
crap.
big. Evaporating surface.
Less than you. 5314.
That was surprisingly close. 50 feet,
Huh?
89.
Wow.
That is really, really
Pretty-
close. However, continue.
Superheating surface.
That's why. Move on to something else, please.
No points.
I do not have a superheater. It's all tubes.
Okay, so I
Rest
don't
in
give
peace.
a point.
No,
because
no
this
points
is
are
versus.
given.
Oof.
Okay, combined heating surface.
Oh.
5314.
70.
Yeah, thanks.
Evaporating surface divided by cylinder volume.
You've activated my trap card, 334.08.
Damn, son. 220.41.
I don't know why I didn't think.
How?
I don't know why I didn't think to do that because I'm a compound.
So it's 4 to 11.
Wow.
Ellis.
Yeah. What the hell do I do now?
I don't know.
Holy
You
cow!
just got bullied for something earlier. Maybe use that to your advantage.
I can't remember what it was.
Uh,
Oh
what
wait, I
could he
remember.
fit
I remember.
free?
Tender loaded weight, please.
Enter. Oh, wait. Oh, boy. 390,180.
167,700. Tyler, why are you helping me? I mean, I appreciate that. You're a good friend, but remember, you're
I
also helping
told
this thing.
look to your rear,
Here's okay.
and you didn't get it the first time
Here's-
around, and you
here's the
got
thing.
bullied for it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about my firebox.
No.
Never mind. I have things to say about this engine.
That you hate it,
uh,
and yes, I do hate it too.
Well, let's not be. Never mind. Engine weight, please.
$597,000.
410,000. Weight on drivers. Oh wait. That was a mistake.
406,500.
Damn it!
Somehow I knew you were
I
going to be
messed up.
destroyed by that one.
Oop.
I messed up. It's 410,000.
Oop.
Yep, figured.
Ellis.
It's
Oh,
like
sweet,
David and
sweet.
Goliath right now.
We-
Yeah, except
even
Goliath
said-
is
Except
really dumb.
except David hasn't. David's not winning against Goliath. That's the thing.
Oh, sorry. I mean, yeah, David. Except David takes the short bus to school.
What?
It's okay, Ellis. I fall for your trap card, and you did
I
that.
understand what that just came from.
Yeah, I don't. I'm being real dumb.
I need your help.
Why?
Can you take my brace off, please?
Okay, yeah.
We even said oops all tribal.
Yeah, I know. I knew that. I just went. Oh yeah, I'm lighter. Let me pull out all the weight stats. Then I realized, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Hey,
Hey, can I go again? Can I have mercy? Mercy.
No.
actually, can we?
No.
No
Don't
mercy.
worry. Next time
Cope.
I'm in one of these, I'll find a less dominating locomotive for you to compete against.
Yes, the WP challenger.
No, oh God, no.
Yes.
Moki just running in with all the style points.
Yes.
Okay,
Please.
Moki.
But anyway, number built
3.
40.
13.
Rookie numbers.
Number in
No, we're in class 3.
40.
I knew that was gonna happen.
You're built
1907.
1940.
Thanks.
God.
Although, if you want to get technical, one line was built in 46. But
Just to point this out, we're at 21 points.
nice.
So-
Local base ID
Oh my god.
5,700.
338.
God damn.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
Really want with Burring.
builder.
Alco Schenectady.
God damn it.
Yes!
Hey.
Yes! Yes! I get another shot!
Nice.
Alright.
Wait.
Wait, do you get a point for that? or
No,
is
I don't
it...
get a point for that. We're both Alco Schenectady.
Oh,
Well then,
Alright.
hey Ellis,
What is the score?
16-6.
Alright, I can do this.
Oh my god.
Ellis Torelli's way computation.
I was just about
Yeah,
to say
don't-
that.
okay.
$1, Bob.
$1.
Moki, I'm just gonna tell you right now, you're not gonna win that.
I know I'm not going to win that. I'm not even going to try.
Oh, come on. I don't know what your number is.
Okay. Okay, wait on driver.
Oh my god.
Seriously, you had a shot and you threw it away, Ellis.
Yeah, and I wasn't gonna win.
You were close.
Here's
thinking
why. No,
you
I was
had
not
the
close.
He was
Well,
closer
you
than
got
he
yourself
could be,
buried
isn't he?
by 10 at this point.
Yeah, and
He's just taking death with dignity.
God,
it's
I
about
hate
the best,
this.
baby. Here's the thing.
I just want you to
Close
play
being nice
sensibly.
again.
Wait, what?
So
Go
close to
OG.
being nice again.
What is it?
0.68.
0.68. All right, let's do total engine and tender weight.
Total engine and tender weight, that would be 987,180.
Wow. Okay, 577,700. Let's do minimum weight of rail.
Oh no, this is gonna be
I
bad.
really hope I didn't botch this up. What?
113.
113? Holy crap.
Yeah.
85.
Whoa.
Alright, we did all those. We did all those. That none of those will help me at all.
Yep.
Overall wheelbase.
Overall wheelbase.
Yeah.
103.50.
Okay, 70.46, and we'll do axle loading, I guess.
I don't have that.
Oh, mine was 54,000.
Wow.
Well, I think that's everything that I'm going to call. So I'll turn it over to the judges. You guys can
Let's
each
see what
call
we
a
got
thing.
here.
All of which I will
Have we
lose.
done? Have we done total engine tender weight?
Yeah,
Yep.
I won.
Yeah.
That one.
Boiler pressure. Did you do boiler pressure?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did boiler
Yep.
pressure.
Things that
We didn't do it. We didn't do any of the power
Yeah,
competition.
we didn't.
except for yours.
I wonder what it could have. I wonder who's going to win
Does
those.
track requires power computation?
We did that.
Yeah, the weight computation we did.
I'm pretty sure we did everything except for computation and the power
Yeah,
for obvious reasons.
I got nothing then.
you guys can just move along if you want.
Let's go to style.
Yeah, let's see what we got for style
Okay,
points.
yay! You
Okay.
won't bury me further. What do I have? I'm
Mercy
a
on us all.
compound.
You do be a compound.
Compound, yay!
Yes, yeah, sure.
I think that's it.
Firmic siphons
Shut up.
for me.
You don't
Okay,
give
Firmic
points. Don't
siphons.
give them any points. I have doors.
That's fair. You do have
in the
doors.
front.
You have doors in the front and the back. I'm
That's,
pretty
that's
sure.
true. Well, technically, I've got doors in the middle and the middle.
in the middle. Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I do
I
not
think
have
I
doors
have-
in the
Two in
back
the
because that
middle.
sucker back there doesn't get to see anything.
Ellis, do you have a power reverse?
Probably not. Wait,
I-
what is that?
I'd hope he does.
Maybe I do.
Where is it?
I don't know. I think it's underneath the cab. You can sort of see a cylinder.
It should be.
I'm gonna-
Looks like it. Yeah, you do.
So I know how I am sort of like bound to be anti-Camelback, and I've been living under that for my entire existence. Particularly very publicly. You know, I even killed Camelback in the Iron Horseman Chronicles to make a point. And I just want to say that this thing in particular, I think, looks really steampunk and cool. Because it's a Malay, it's a compound, it's got the air tanks mounted on top of the firebox, which I think is hilarious. It's just got more pipes than usual, and maybe that's because I'm up against a D&H engine, and they did a pretty good job of keeping their engines clean looking.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go with this is the steamiest steam engine. Anyway,
I will. Do you want that as a point?
no, not at
Because
all.
if you-
No, it does not deserve any
All right.
points. Thank you.
Because I was gonna say if you're gonna, that feels like pulling at straws. But you know what you do have that the D&H doesn't,
What do I have?
partially because of streamlining all that bullshit. You have a lot more grab irons, at least in later configuration,
I've got
and then you
railings
also have
effing everywhere.
you also have a switching pilot.
Oh yeah, so
So-
I do. That's true.
Yeah, because
Double
these
points
things
for
are switchers.
safety.
Yay.
I've also got. Yeah, never mind.
You're catching up.
No, no, I'm not. You don't.
Yes,
Ellis,
you
how
are.
many
You're
air-
2
wait.
points. You're 3 points away.
Am I
14
really?
to
How the hell am I
17.
3 points away?
Yeah.
Ellis, how many air compressors do you have?
At least one, maybe.
I think there's
Because
there's 2. There's one on each side. 2
Oh,
cross
okay.
compounds.
Never mind.
I don't think I have a feed water heater anyway.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, because the thing, one of the air compressors looks like a feed water heater.
No, both of them do because they're the old style.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say.
They're
The thing is
very
that-
old.
okay. I was getting this weird, like, trippy sort of perspective thing with the caboose in the background. It looked like the cupola was inverted.
Ah.
I didn't know what the heck I was looking at. I can ring the bell by hand. I don't think you can. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
No, but I have all the sand.
You do have all the sand.
That's true. Okay, so that's
That's-
18 to
that's a
15
wash.
now.
I don't know. I'm doomed. Wait,
Yeah,
I
I'm
have a
fine with those.
Wooten.
Uh,
I feel like that should be a style point. Because beyond just big great area, it lets you burn lower grades of coal. It'll burn anything. It'll burn all the centers, it'll burn gulag prisoners, it'll burn anything.
Of course,
All
it
right.
won't burn oil.
No, I mean,
All
no,
right.
you could just truck it in there by
So-
the bucketful.
Yeah.
Again, if I can
Because
run
I have
a
other
steam engine
people
in
here.
Minecraft. Sorry, go ahead, Tyler.
Gator, Bear, your thoughts on Wooten as a style point?
I think it sets things, you know,
I think it's fair
yay.
All right.
because it'll burn. Yeah, because I mean, like Ellis said, it'll burn pretty much any solid fuel.
Honestly, I've been wanting to push for the other kinds of firebox being style points on their own, just because of their
Yeah.
unusualness. But anyway,
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fair.
fine with that.
I have lighted number boards technically because they're on the side of the big old headlight.
Oh yeah, my boy on here, the tender railing fogs.
Oh come on! I bet I have
Some
one
of them have
those
that.
somewhere behind those people.
Let's see here. Can I?
You don't have re-railing frogs. You just have those dudes.
Yeah,
Thank-
they are the re-railing frogs.
They just pick up the derailed car and
Thank you, 1785, for teaching me about tender railing
The
fogs and how they're good.
re-railing, incredibly buff men
Yeah.
in suits and
just-
flat
yeah.
caps.
Is there a model of the J95 publicly available?
For what?
to brass trains.
Oh, brass. Never mind. I'm
Well,
pretty sure there is.
I thought there was a INL model of one.
Yeah, but it uses the tooling from a Union Pacific Challenger, like all their Challengers do. It's not like road specific.
Wherever Rosie did one, so
I don't
But
think
it's
anyone
just
has
a
made
roof
models of
number.
this thing because it's like godforsaken.
No,
maybe
Lionel
one-
did.
What?
MTH
Why?
Or
did.
MTH. Yeah, MTH did because
Looky,
MTH
looky.
They also figured the
Oh my
idea
God.
of a planished
Yeah.
iron jacket means paint it like sky blue.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
Yep.
It's
Oh,
so crazy, even the Mike's Train House had to do something with it.
Oh, it's so bad. Well, you know what? I take
well, I
back
found my model.
I take back every
Uh,
nice thing I ever said about this engine, which isn't much, but it's more than I've said about every
Well-
other Camelback.
Ellis
Ellis,
absolutely despises the L1 confirmed.
The
I know
thing
what you're
about
gonna
that
say,
is
Your
it's
sympathy.
absolutely inaccurate.
Yeah, I know, I don't
because
care.
it's-
I'm using
Yeah.
I'm
it
going
as,
to show you what it's supposed to look like.
I'm using it as an excuse to backpedal. Wait. What is it supposed to look like?
Let me get what the
I kind of want
my
one of these
favorite
to make
representative of this style of jacket, and let me see if I can get a good photo of it.
I mean, I saw the imitation Russian iron at the pictures of it at Great Western Steam Up.
Yes. Yes.
Again,
I'm not ready for this. Gloria tried to dye
Fun
a
bright
dress,
my
but there
baby.
was some red dye in the thing, and she was trying to dye it blue. And I don't know how it turned out. All I know is that don't try to cook mac and cheese next to someone who's dyeing a dress in a big pot, because I got blue in my mac and cheese.
Oof.
oof. You know what Ellis has that Milky doesn't actually?
That's not too bad.
I'm pretty sure this is a fact.
Came out nice,
Um,
right? Yeah.
Milky, do you have a trains model?
I have a train.
I'm
Wait,
pretty
the
positive
monstrosity
that
exists in trains. What?
I don't think I have an MSTS one either.
I thought it was in model.
No, I do not have one.
Yeah, there's a trains model for the L1 apparently.
Yeah, there is
Yeah.
one. It just hasn't been released yet. Give me a second. I was actually watching the video as you guys were
I
talking.
found the Transport Fever 2 one.
What?
What is that?
No, not
Why
your
is-
boy, my boy.
Yeah, no, I'm still saying Transport Fever 2 as a J95. All right.
It do be a name, but it's not where it's simulator, so I wouldn't count it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't count that either.
Force a little light because the stress is very damp.
Would we count the unreleased
No,
L1?
this fuckery.
God, that thing. God, that thing just doesn't look that good, honestly.
Yeah, it doesn't look that good because it's like
Train
that is
so
like
sick.
3 generations of content designed
It's
back.
called an Angus type.
Yeah.
Yeah, but unlike Angus is in the beef, this one wasn't very useful or tasty.
Or good.
Yeah.
I attempted to give
Where's
it a
the
point.
Yeah,
teeth?
for
I don't
name.
know who. I mean, I do think I deserve a point because it's a cool name.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is
here
a
we go.
cool name.
The Angus type in homage to Angus Sinclair, who is the publisher of Railway and Locomotive Engineering, a leading trade journal.
Okay.
I like that less than it being named after beef.
Yeah.
The reason a rarely seen photograph of 2602 shows his name under the windows of the cab sides.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, no, I need a point for that. Thank you.
Yeah, that is cool. That's very
Yeah,
good.
that's fine. I like that.
This isn't me having a humanizing realization, by the way. I'd like to end it here while I'm still losing.
Yes.
I don't know. We could talk about the intercepting valve on the thing.
We could.
Albeit the exact
Photo.
same thing as what technically a simple articulated
This
does. But,
does
you know.
not deserve to tie the D&H Challenger.
Nor should it supersede it either.
Yeah.
It's pretty much old Mod's mutant cousin.
I could push shoot them.
I mean, you
No,
can't
actually,
get older
no.
than old Mod. Old Mod was Foxy Grandpa for these boys.
This is old mod, but you've injected it with D&H steroids. Or sorry, with the Erie steroids.
Yeah.
Fuck! Old Mod was fucked.
Your hands are blue. Let's hope you don't turn
Old
blue when
Mod
you wear
was
the
number
thing.
one.
Alright,
That's why I gotta watch it.
Alright.
anyway, votes. It's 18 to 17 to the points, and I'm calling it there because I'm good being dead.
I
Okay.
vote for the Erie thing
Spooky.
because I
vote for the Erie thing because, hey,
Oh, you people.
I vote for the Erie thing because it's not D&H.
You people.
well,
Dude.
that's also because we like you. So we're giving you 3 points for
You
our
should,
sympathy.
no, you're not giving it to me. You're giving it to this thing. I made the game. I win every round.
Never mind then.
Anyway, oops, I put the class 1 medal responsibility under the cargoes. I knew the document looked a little funny. Speaking of which, cargoes time. Let's talk about our discussion topics. Jader, we'll save yours for last because we're already late on time and it is a lightning round. But God, what should we talk about first? By the way, we have 2 open slots on Locomotive Versus. If you have a suggestion for Locomotive Versus, go ahead and post it in the comments, and I will include it on the document. We have the one from last episode on here already, which is the B&O C16, C-16, versus the A5, or versus
That
the
one's going to be
BRA5.
interesting. There are no stack sheets for either one, I can tell.
Yeah,
So we're going to have to make our own.
yeah,
And
Tyler Pulse. Anyway.
I still need to finish my Sumter Valley 19 one. I have it all done except for the calculations at the end.
All right, you know what? I'll actually let Bears go first here. I feel like this is the way we should do it.
Yeah.
Bears, then Tyler, then myself, then you, Milky, because you can seg into 1785, which is in Jader's. So,
All right then. So basically, the people who made Tornado, the A1 Steam Locomotive Trust, they renamed their tour company to a name that some of you may remember back when Norfolk Southern relaunched their Steam program.
yeah,
21st Century Steam.
if you Google 21st Century Steam, you still get the Wikipedia page for the NS Steam program.
Get wet.
So, but like
Yeah.
the 5th or 6th link is the Tornado's Facebook page. So,
Okay.
I mean, unfortunately, NS is done with, and 611 has moved in is now couch surfing at Strasburg, Pennsylvania. But
Yeah, it's just taking up residence there until VMT can find something else to do with it.
yeah, no, I find it really funny that I can just imagine, like, oh man, it's just one of those things where I feel like I should have a notepad with me at all times, because occasionally I'll come up with like this is what the interaction would be with, the Iron Horseman-esque interaction between different locomotives in a given situation. For example, I know, I'm not sure if we've talked about it on the podcast, the little blind girl that was working the Polar Express at the Colorado Road Museum, and how she was in constant danger of, like, falling between the cars and dying during the nighttime
shoot.
Polar Express runs. And she was playing the hero girl. And, yeah, and I just was always imagining Lucy getting this, like, itch that she wanted to murder her. And the other engines being like, no, you've passed your old ways. You don't need to keep doing it. And Lucy's like, but I've got to kill someone.
Kill it time.
And now
Must
I'm just
kill.
and now I'm just thinking of 611 as like just like a lodger. Like, oh, yeah, are you gonna get a job? Will you get a job soon? Yeah, I've been thinking about
I was
it.
literally about to ask, what would 611's dynamic with Ivan be like?
Yeah, see, that's what I would need to see. Now I want to think about this. I'm gonna write like a short script called The Lodger, which is just 611 interacting with the rest of the crew at Strasburg.
Wesley's just like, so are you gonna like go anywhere some
Yeah.
point?
You're stealing my thunder.
Yeah.
Must,
There's
move.
only room for one Norfolk and Western engine here.
Yeah, is comrade.
Yeah.
And yet there's 2 Canadian National locomotives there.
Yeah, well, one of them's off his nut, so what does it really matter?
Fair point.
Oh man, I can't.
Battle stations, man!
I can imagine doing a short little script and a short little. Oh man, that'd be too much
Blah
fun.
blah Davenport.
If-
Blah blah Pearl
If
Harbor.
only I had the time to make something like that. We've never made the closest thing we have to to having something set at IHR Strasbourg in the modern day is the Ivan Be Good video, which is
Oh yeah, when he does that parody of Johnny Be Good.
yeah.
Go,
With the
Ivan, go,
on it?
go.
No, I should drag the bot in here and play that.
No, you should absolutely not do that. Anyway, so I mean, what's in a name? There's lots of 21st century steam things. It makes me wonder why they decided to go with this. I mean, I doubt that they purchased the rights to the name. I don't even know if the name is trademarked.
Me neither.
It's probably not trademarked in the UK, which is kind of the issue. Like,
Yeah, probably not. Like, why would it be trademarked in a country Norfolk Southern doesn't even run in?
Yet
yeah, that's the thing. Just
they both had Southern Railways. That's
Yeah.
one of the things I can think
and
of.
they both
the
have
whole
a
entire
Norfolk,
name.
right?
The thing I can think of with the name being 21st Century Steam is every single locomotive, assuming that they only do charters with the locomotives that the A1 Steam Locomotive Trust owns, which would be Tornado, Prince of Wales, and assuming they build the V4 and use it under this rail tour system instead of just leasing it to a heritage railway, they would all be built in the 21st century.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite literally 21st century steam in the 21st century doing not really 21st century things, but I guess Run the Thing is, it transcends era.
Yeah, but I don't like that. This is just the Brits stealing something from us. Now we need to invade them to enforce our terrible Mickey Mouse copyright laws on them.
But what I'm hearing is Ross
I mean,
Rowland's become Transport Secretary.
Of England.
Virginia Museum of Transportation kind of did that with 611. They decided to trademark it for some weird reason.
Boris Johnson's last act as Prime Minister is to promote Ross Rowland.
Look at the main chat. Look.
Extra cancer back. Thank you,
Yeah.
TBA.
Yeah,
Thank you for agreeing.
it's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad. It's pretty
Yeah,
bad.
it's really bad.
But we already know that. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. You know what? Good for them. I get it. 21st century Steam. They made the Steam engine to the 21st century. But now the T1 Trust
Well,
has
yeah,
to
makes
usurp that
sense.
title.
Yeah.
They have to usurp the title, and they
And
have
the
to
speed
usurp
record.
a title that they're probably not going to be able to usurp if PRR 7002 couldn't usurp it.
That's.
Uh,
I mean, let's be real here. We don't know if 7002 could or couldn't. I don't think they tried to run it
True.
over 126, and the PRR didn't install speedometers because they were cheap.
Fair point.
I mean, that's the most accurate statement I've ever heard about the PR. They're cheap.
They had an absurd amount of money, and they spent it.
They spent it buying every diesel from every manufacturer to see what worked.
It's called.
Protect the
It's
passengers.
called a smorgasbord. They do that
They
in
have-
Pennsylvania.
Taste sampling
Oh yes, we're
smorgasbord.
Penn Central, and we have on the Citizen 50 ASA 16s
Yep.
because the PR wouldn't get rid of them, and we can't upgrade them.
Because we're broke.
Yeah,
We're broke until they're broke, and then everyone's.
Yeah.
And we're taking down the entire eastern seaboard.
yeah.
That's. I won't say they spent it wisely, but they spent it cautiously, you might say. The PR management was an overly conservative sort of
The
thing.
best thing the best thing that they ever did was investing in the NNW. To be
That is
honest,
very true. Yeah.
that's like the one good thing that they did, and they sort of stuck with it.
Here's my question, though. So Alco eventually built some nuclear reactors, as we know.
Yeah.
What if? What if?
Oh, no.
What would a
What?
Juniata nuclear Juniata nuclear reactor?
Nuclear reactor.
we just see a bunch of keystones everywhere.
Yeah, these guys at PR upper management trying to figure out how to fit a bell pair on a nuke.
I guess. Oh God! Now I just had the worst thought ever.
I'm going back to Dolly Mini.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It's not that. Though you could certainly
No.
change
Bell
it if
pair.
you wanted to.
Firebox,
It's not just a
atomic
bell pair
bomb.
firebox. No. Here's what I was gonna say. Just stick the reactor on the S1.
Yeah, there you go. And no, that's the S3. Just wait
Yeah.
till they get to the S10 and it's just a pickup truck.
I gotta search that up.
Okay, so I asked Dolly Mini for Bell Pair Firebox Atomic Bomb. I did also look up the murder candies, which I guess I'll just post screenshots of these in the cargoes because I can't share them all at once. So enough about 21st century Steam. How about 21st century Shinkansen?
Wheels.
All right. Texas Central is back in the news again because guess what? They live, bitch.
Yeah. After all this
Oh.
time.
Now that they know that, yeah, we are actually a railroad. Thank you, government, for confirming the fact that we are
An
a railroad.
interurban.
Yes, an interurban. They will be releasing more about the project at the appropriate time in the near future. They say that they're moving forward on a path that we believe will ensure the project's successful development.
Oh my god.
Texas Central has made significant strides in the project over the last several years.
Yeah.
Of course, this is right after the ruling of you can use eminent domain.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
They also lost their president like 3-4 weeks ago.
Good.
But now it's at a point where they can do things, and they're starting to do things.
Yeah, they haven't laid any
It's-
track yet. Which I know is
They
kind of
haven't laid
unimportant at this point, but it's bad look.
Yeah, but it is something where they have the agreement, and now that we can do this thing, it's kind of easy to get more investors to build the stuff, you know?
I would hope so.
Like, the article itself brings up, I think that Texas, according to Cody, I think that Texas Central will be in a rebuilding phase during the next 12 to 18 months. They got beaten
Rebuilding
down by the
phase?
courts, the media, and some politicians. A lot of it was unjustified, but there's still support in North Texas and Houston for the project. Let's hope that things progress. Jeez.
A rebuilding phase? This is a railroad company, not
Wait, what?
not a football team.
Yeah.
The Texas Central
know.
football team.
They need to enter a building phase. They haven't got to that yet. They haven't earned a rebuilding phase.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing they've managed to build is like 7 figures of tax debt.
That is
Back
true.
taxes.
There's
It's
not
like
been.
that. Sorry.
There's sadly not been an update on that.
I'm sure.
I will
it's
point out though.
just gotten bigger.
Yeah,
Right?
I will point out though that there is, if you want to go to their website, you can see they have a Google map of the entire route, like down to the foot. And it's really interesting because again, their Dallas terminal. You want to talk about a rebuilding phase?
Oh no.
They're taking down an abandoned mall.
Yeah,
to put
get
in their
wrecked.
terminal.
Nobody goes to the mall anymore.
Wow.
Exactly.
Get
And
screwed, malls.
It's funny. It's like, oh yeah, the pandemic did a lot to the company. It's like, well, it also gave them an excellent opportunity. I think that one in particular had been abandoned for quite some
Yeah,
time.
gave them an opportunity. Well, you see, nobody was going to the mall anyway. What is? I'm just looking at their.
Honestly, when you said they lived, the first thing that came to my mind was this one drawing thing. Like it was Victor Quartermain from Wallace and Gromit asking, "Why won't you die?" And then not Gromit, Wallace was holding this thing of cheese and was like, "I came prepared, bitch boy."
Oh my god. Oh yeah, one thing I will point out with the whole entire project, the units that we are going to be getting, N700Ss, the top speed proposed for the line is 205 miles an hour, which is actually about a little over 20 miles per hour faster than what they can do in Japan.
Well, yeah, because everything's bigger in Texas.
Because new infrastructure. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's illegal in every state except Texas.
Texas, it go fast.
Are you trying to imply
Yeah.
that technology has improved in the last? When did the Shinkansen debut?
The Tokaido line was built in 1964.
Okay, yeah. So you're saying things have gotten better in the last 60 years? Impossible.
No, they've mainly gotten worse, but you know.
Well, okay, that is true.
It's
Well.
the end of the world as we know.
Anyway,
Anyhow.
I'm ready to die. I'm not getting any good results on Dali Mini for any combination of nuclear locomotive or its permutations, unfortunately. So we'll just have to move on from that. But I did get some crazy looking murder candies.
Milky?
No, we gotta.
God. I searched up nuclear locomotive and I found this old drawing.
Oh, we
That's a
gotta
Chevy
talk
S10.
about the thing.
Yeah, we gotta talk
Yeah,
about the important thing.
locomotive.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Yes. This
Back to our present passenger rail.
This is
not
our-
the fun
yeah.
future.
This is the future, the way of the future, nuclear trains. Let's go.
Just
So,
like a freaking-
as many of you may know, and this should probably be the lion's share of our discussion here. As many of you may know, Amtrak hit a dump truck in Missouri and crashed the Southwest Chief. There are, I think, 3 dead in total, or did that number go up? I believe it was the driver of the truck and 2 people on the train.
Yeah, at least 3 are dead.
So, I mean, it's not every day you have a major derailment like this, but we did get a slew of articles about it. We did a lot of talking about it. I just want to know where everyone's head's at about this thing. What thoughts people have, other than just the note of how tragic it is. Not everybody all at once now. We can talk about the well, there are some immediate effects and some knock-on effects. The immediate effects, obviously, are that it's coming out that the crossing was recommended for improvements, but frankly, what crossing isn't? That said, this is a 90-mile-per-hour area, which is not... I did not know that there were 90-mile-per-hour zones out there.
Mm-hmm.
That was news to me when we were discussing this. Which, on the one hand, is exciting, and on the other hand, is very frightening, because if you do the math, standard... if the train started blowing its horn a quarter mile away, which is what was reported, if you are on that crossing, or about to be on that crossing, and you can't stop, you have less than 10 seconds of warning. And it looks like the road leading up to this was pretty steep on both sides. The track is on an embankment, and the driver who passed away was driving an overloaded dump truck. Now, I don't want to draw any specific conclusions until or unless there, are some sort of tests done. Like, I'd want to know, how long does it take a dump truck with that load to cross this crossing? Is it possible that he heard the horn and then decided to go, or is it possible that no matter, basically he was already on the crossing when he heard the horn and he had no other warning that there was a train coming? When a train is a long way away, especially if it's traveling very fast, you're not going to be able to estimate how fast it's coming at you. And I feel like going that speed, and this was a conversation that we had, going that speed, having some sort of advanced warning, much more advanced than the horn, or at least blowing way, way further away, should be necessary. And you should have some sort of, lights or something.
To bring up the relevant section of FRI rules, under train horn rule 49 CFR Part 222, locomotive engineers must begin to sound train horns at least 15 seconds and no more than 20 seconds in advance of all public grade crossings.
Right. Which should be about a half a mile away.
Yeah.
Which,
the question is, I have is, if they did testing and found if, in that specific case, 90 mile per hour operation, would it be really noticeable hearing the horn?
Yeah, that was my next question. I know train horns are loud, but if you're in a dump truck with the with the exhaust pipes next to your head and you're muscling up a hill, you might not hear a damn thing until a train hits you. And yeah, you need some sort of other warning than that. And yeah, 20 seconds of warning would be nice. 20 seconds of warning for lights at an intersection. And I'm saying lights as just the bare minimum. At least it seems like that would be enough time for a truck to clear the crossing if you are just at the point where you can't see the lights anymore when you're, basically pulled up to the crossing. I don't know. It's real far. That is a ways away. And we started blowing at a quarter mile allegedly, which is below the threshold. Obviously, it's only about 10 seconds. But the other thing is, how is the engineer supposed to know? And it's probably whistle posts that haven't been relocated for 90 mile per hour operations.
Well, yeah, because it's also, you assume that that's mainly a freight line, because that's not owned by Amtrak or a state government, is it? It's a freight.
It's a
class
major
1.
freight corridor, as far as I understand.
So it's gonna be timed to what the freight trains do, which no way in hell they're booking 90 with intermodals.
Yeah.
Well, they can't. I think. Hold on. FRA class of track.
Yeah, because again, that's assuming that it is set to 90 miles per hour for passenger operations, and freight's going to be like, what,
80.
60, 70?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
80?
80
That's
or
about
probably
right. Yeah.
79 or whatever.
Probably 79.
But
Because government like that very odd number.
yeah,
Yes.
well, I think there might be some other governing force that limits you to not 80, but it's the track that specifies that you can go 90 on a passenger train.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It is also
go ahead.
part of it. I think is kind of like the thing with Brightline, and I'm not sure how true this is now because Brightline's been in operation for how many years?
Oh god.
They've been around since like 2018, I think.
Yeah, but it's been like a lot of thing of. I remember in the early coverage talking about, this is. They all just assume it's a freight train, so they've got all this time in the world. When you hear the horn, and it's like, no, it's coming at you at 90 miles an hour.
Yep. Well, actually, just a relevant note. We actually have an article on Brightline about the quiet zone, which I cannot read, but if you happen to have a Sun Sentinel membership, you can.
That's
you can
an odd
read it.
one.
I assume TLDR they're removing the quiet zones, aren't they?
TLDR, they're thinking, hey, maybe these quiet zones weren't the greatest idea.
Maybe they're
Yeah.
causing all these.
Too long didn't read. Quiet zones are so last year.
I mean, in fairness, it's not like you don't have other warnings for Brightline, but that's a different conversation.
Right.
All their crossings are gated and lighted to the nines. Hemlock and I did some digging into the Canadian regulations, which changed for crossings in 2014, and determined that this crossing, because it's in a 90 mile per hour section, you'd have to have at least lights. I think you'd have to have lights and gates, if I remember the conversation correctly. And
Sounds about right.
so the widow of the dump truck driver is bringing forward a lawsuit about the fact that this crossing wasn't upgraded. And yeah, I mean, it's
a reasonable thing to do.
Yeah.
yeah. And at first I went like, come on, people get hit by trains all the time, whatever. And then it started, it started making more sense to me when you realize that there is not a lot of blame you can put on the driver here.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know how well he could have seen in either direction. I mean, it seems like a fairly open area, but if he's coming up to a crossing, like physically up a hill, his line of sight to a train a half a mile away might be blocked by the tracks themselves, and even then, it's a half a mile away. You don't know how fast it's going. Even if a freight is doing 80 and this is doing 90, I don't think that the discrepancy matters very much in this case. It's going wicked fast, and you're not going to get across this crossing before it gets here. No matter, if you can see it, stop. But that's not something that's necessarily, clear, or doesn't automatically click for people necessarily, because he hasn't blown his horn yet. He's far enough away.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not a great look. The only person you can't really place. You can place the blame on. I mean, you could place some of the blame on the driver. You could place some of the blame on BNSF. I think.
You can place the blame on anyone, basically.
Well, I think there's a lot of blame to go around. If it's true that the horn was sounded a quarter mile away, that's a knock on the engineer for not sounding the horn far enough away, not giving enough warning. But the real losers in all this, well, not the real losers, because obviously people lost their lives and loved ones.
Yeah.
The long-term effects of this, negative effects, are for Amtrak. And we've been seeing issues with Amtrak equipment for months. We have an article from April that's about the capacity issues that Amtrak was having, which is, I mean, it's kind of a good issue to have if you're selling out your trains, but man, they just put 8 superliners in a baggage car in the dirt, and that doesn't help anyone.
No.
I think
they also put like 3 engines onto the ties.
Yeah, well, one of them pretty messed up. The second engine, I think, is okay. I guess the only saving grace there is that they're both P42s. They weren't brand new long distance Chargers or anything.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, this is not good. Between this and, I mean, frankly, they're still feeling the fallout of wrecks that happened 20 years ago because they just don't get new cars that often.
No, they worried out. And when they did, they were Toggos.
Yeah.
And
now those are gone.
Yeah. But
so, it's just, as this article puts it, they have a shrinking supply of serviceable cars, and they're trying to get new cars as fast as they can, and they're just not getting them. And to make it worse, the new coaches for Amtrak Midwest turned out, I think, well, there was an issue there was a tweet that was posted about them, which was a link to a document which said, "Do not board in the new cars." What are the Horizon cars? What are they called?
The
Venture cars.
Yeah,
The
Venture.
Venture cars. Don't board and deboard in the Venture cars, unless in the case of an
Except
emergency.
Yeah.
And the issue, as I understand it, I think they've sort of uncovered something that has to do with the weather and how the cars handle the weather. I don't know. It's sort of a weird thing to have happen in the summer if it's an issue with winter weather, but maybe they've discovered something that will cause a problem in 6 months. I don't know. That's just me. That's what I remember from the thing that I read. Point is, and then things got worse for Amtrak, and I'm sort of looking at my trip in October and going, uh-oh.
I'm in danger.
Yeah, I'm in danger.
Yeah.
I check. Nobody else do it because of the rules, but I check the Amtracker every day, and I look at the crescent, and I go. Most days I go, ooh, like, oh man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss my connection. I'm gonna miss my connection in DC.
Speaking of Amtrak feeling the pain of accidents over 20 years ago,
what?
Just out of sheer interest, I decided to look up Sunset Limited. This is posted in 2015 from the FBI. $310,000 reward for information about the 1995 wreck, if it leads to an arrest.
Wow.
Again, that's 20 years after it happened, and they're like, "Yeah, we're still hunting these people."
Still, yeah.
It also killed Amtrak Service to Phoenix, but
Wait, how did it kill Amtrak Service to Phoenix?
because they never repaired the Western.
Yeah.
Oh, different Sunset Limited wreck that I was thinking of.
Which one were you thinking about?
I was thinking of the Bayou Canyon, the
river
one.
That one.
That was 93.
That was what I was thinking about for like a second until I heard, it was a guy who caused it.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking like, maybe they never caught the ship, the people on the tug or whatever. But
the people of the barge that crashed into the bayou.
Yeah, but I never even thought about that. Isn't it fixed now?
No,
No.
UP still doesn't use that part of the line.
Really, it shows
Wow.
it shows as in service on the Open Railway map now, which it didn't before. It showed as closed.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I can believe that they don't, but there's also a place called Growler Railroad Station out there. I just scrolled past. What the heck is that?
Let's see here. Okay, it's listed as a branch line, but in service. What the heck?
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's abandoned.
Thinking emoji.
Very naked emoji.
Hold on.
Because there's at least like there's at least like a 30-mile section I know of that's
I
not
thought there
used.
was. I thought there was, and now I
Is
can't
it-
find it.
I know they run locals out to like Avondale and Buckeye.
They run
and
it out to
then
Growler.
does not exist after that. 'Cause that was the whole reason that line exists. It primarily is because SP needed a way to convince Arizona state legislature and other interests to approve of a merger in 1924. And they were like, we'll build you a main line to Phoenix. And it ended up just being, we have this eastern part that we just merge into our system. Let's just build this line west and connect it up to the main line around Yuma. And then it just became this kind of like bypass.
Well, I just went
Which-
into Street View, and it looks like the crossings down at which end was not in service?
It's more of like the middle,
middle?
isn't
Oh,
in
okay.
service, but like if you look at Welton, around the Welton area, I believe it shouldn't be.
No, it's because I just went to a crossing on Street View near Welton, and it looks, pristine, and it doesn't say exempt.
Well, are you looking at the branch or the main
The
line?
branch.
Because all right.
Yeah, no. I know what I'm doing.
Okay, let's just the Welton.
I've looked at maps before.
What in the fuck is going on?
I don't know. I think they might.
I think they have some industries.
They might have
They have
fixed it
some
under your
industries at Welton.
Oh, never mind. They're
Okay.
storing cars out here.
Oh,
There's just a million empty TTX cars in the middle of the desert.
whoa!
Yeah. Time to go steal one.
All right, then. You do that, then.
Well, I mean,
They-
you can steal one from Eureka, California, too.
They go out there and their well cars are up on blocks.
Can't have shit in Detroit.
Can't have shit in the desert.
Yeah.
Oh, well cards. Okay.
Damn prairie dogs stealing the...
Yeah.
They're gonna do a one piece at a time for an entire railroad.
Yes.
I hate to leave early, but
Uh-oh.
I'm really fucking tired.
Oh no! Wait, you want to do your lightning round?
No,
No. Okay.
it's basically just updates. Group, things are happening. Groups are making good progress.
4070 did a thing. 567 did a thing. Revive 175 is a thing. I don't know what that is. Is that SRI?
Yeah.
that's the little 10-wheeler
Go
that
fix
lives
it,
for
Mason. Fix it.
1225.
EBT 16 is gonna be alive soon. CNNW
1385,
1385. I
they're
don't know
making
what that
progress
is.
on that.
That's another 10-wheeler.
It's another 10-wheeler.
That's Mid-Continental. They've been doing
We have a
wheeler
wolf.
work.
And SV 1785 has a
We
roof.
have a
Milky,
wolf.
would you like to
And
tell
we
us about your
also-
roof?
Yes. It is very nice. I actually,
And I-
bye, Jodo.
Good night, Jitter.
I actually went up there today because I heard while I was at the Great West SEMA that we got new curtains for our cab. I'm like, okay, cool. I gotta see what we did. Our main guy Chan just got keys to the new fence,
Nice.
so we can actually get back in and do stuff.
Wait, you guys were locked out?
For about a month or two, yeah.
Bruh.
Wow.
But I mean, it didn't help that John had a unfortunate heart attack.
Oh.
Oh, crap.
He's recovering. He's doing
Thank
fine.
God.
But that kind of slowed down work for a bit,
Yeah, that'll
or
happen.
any
A bit.
potential work that we would have done. But anyway, yeah, the roof is all done and it's very nice. Funny they did it 30 years ago. We wouldn't have the bad firebox, but whatever.
Well,
And by bad firebox, I mean we just need a lot of repairs. If we were going to restore it, which it's still up in the air. I think everyone wants to do it. It's just no one wants to fund it
well, yeah,
yet.
yet.
You see, it's funny you say that, but then Taylor in the corner with 1670 free, and like rebuilding the brake system on a
Yeah.
a parked
Yeah.
locomotive.
Well-
Yeah.
Well, you know, when GME goes to the moon, they'll have all the
See.
money in the world. Can restore
Yeah,
all the moguls.
He quoted 1673 as being like 2 million in 5 years.
Wow.
I think that's a little high, but you know.
We back in the 1980s, we were quoted as 3 million, and I still think that's way too high.
Well then.
Like you can build a new T1 for what, 10 million?
That's what they think,
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, so needless to say, I think 500,000 to a mil is where we're at on 1785.
I want to know how much Lucy cost. And that's
Lucy cost about 1.5 million.
Yeah, and-
off the top of my head.
and that was
And that was-
basically. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was, let's not be economical with it. Let's just try to make sure we keep every single little piece. Jimmy, don't throw away that little bit of brass. We're going to bronze it back together.
Yeah.
Oh, what do
Yeah.
you mean we have to meet federal inspection levels? Oh, okay, let's just add some more stuff there. What, you mean we want to replace this spoiler seam? No. We add to it. What do you
What
mean that
the-
costs more?
More. I mean, it's also just recall that a large part of the money that went for restoring 20 was Lynn Modinger's money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he was just like paying himself to rebuild the engine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit of a conflict of interest there.
I'm going to give you this giant donation
Yeah.
so that you can restore 20. Please restore it at Strasbourg so I get my money back.
I'm gonna give you this blank check.
Yeah.
Thank you, me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a representative of the Colorado Railroad Museum. Okay, I'd like to speak to the representative of the Strasbourg Railroad. Walks up to the mirror, hands the check from his right hand to his left hand. Thank you. Goes to the bank. What do you mean it won't clear?
Right.
There, you're trying to put it
Yeah.
into the same account.
You can't write a check from you to you, sir.
But yeah, the other big news is 165 is pretty much complete. It
Yeah,
ran its first public runs on July 2nd and 3rd, and I didn't die, so it's apparently a good engine.
there was no boiler explosion.
I still want that engine lettered up in UVCC.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, now we have a Western Pacific steam locomotive running. Suck it, Mark.
Well,
Suck it, 94.
We're just gonna steal it and un-Western Pacificize it.
yes.
What is 165?
It's
One thing-
originally United Verde Copper Company number like 67 or something.
Oh, okay. Is it 350?
Yeah, that sounds
It's-
all right.
It was built for, you know, the United Verde and Pacific Railway. That
I mean,
shenanigans.
I know about the UV&P things that were on the RO Tech tree.
Yeah. Well, when they started to dismantle it because they realized that they put the Jerome smelter on top of a burning mine, and also it's more efficient to do open pit mining.
Nice.
They decided to build a standard gauge line to connect the stuff now. So they bought 4 of those switchers
All right.
and 2 2662s, which ended up going to Southern Pacific, making up Class MM3.
Nice.
And then after the mine closed, it just became, oh, we've got a bunch of this stuff, and I think this was about close to when the war was happening. And then all the stuff got sold off. West Pacific bought all the
Twixer.
OXOs, and yeah, they had fun. And then SP bought the 2662s and turned them into basically helper engines.
Neat.
I think, yeah. I think there's only, what? Yeah, there's 2 of these still around.
Yeah.
There's one in
Really?
Oroville, California, and then one in Portola.
Like, out of
Yeah.
all the Western Pacific stuff to survive, it's some of the stuff that they didn't order themselves.
Ironic. And now it's
DJ
running.
Brownie.
Are there any other WP like WP ordered engines that survive?
Yeah, there's one at Travel Town.
Does 94
No.
count?
That's who, yeah.
Other than
94 does
94.
count.
94 is the obvious.
334 also survives.
Yeah, that boy that survived.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I think there's 75 WP engines that still survive.
That's not
And
a terrible amount, but
But the Western Pacific at one point had like 500 steam.
yeah. Well, let me
Yeah,
play you the Gospel of
yeah.
New Haven.
Yeah.
Let me sing you the Song of New Haven.
Oof.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2/5 of them are these little 060s from Arizona.
Yeah.
Well, not little. They're very chunky for
They're
060s.
they're very, very chunky. That's the one thing that I got out of the cab light. I'm like, wow.
That's 34,400 pounds of tractive effort.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So, do we have any advertisements before we sign off? Not everybody all at once. All right. Well, I will obligatorily advertise the community channel, which crap, there was supposed to be a freaking episode of The Realist was supposed to come out today. That didn't happen. Just didn't have time to make the thing. Unfortunate. Oh well, we'll play catch up a little bit. Realist coming soon, TM, and it was not on the movie we planned to make it on. So
Nice.
little bit of yeah. Anyway,
Good try.
yeah, it's a surprise. All right, so that means it's time to play everyone's least favorite game, latest run on Amtrak. I should have had Jader submit a guess before you left.
Southbound Crest.
Southbound Crescent. Okay. Tyler, Bears? No.
Bear?
Dead?
Bear.
Bears fell asleep in his chair.
Sorry, I forgot to press the button.
Oh. Yeah, there you go.
So, something about Amtrak, like, I guess what train?
Yeah.
name?
Yeah, take a
Latest
guess.
train?
Latest train on Amtrak without looking.
The California Zephyr?
All right.
Or Southwest Chief, I don't know.
Oh, California Zephyr. Pick a direction.
North.
Or no, it goes east to west.
West then.
Okay. Tyler?
Alright, I was gonna say Sunset because that's just kind of how I go, but honestly, every single time I think Sunset, it's probably the Chief. Chief eastbound, if there's one in the system.
There is an eastbound Chief, and it is 4 hours and 39 minutes late.
Sounds about right.
And it is not the latest train on Amtrak. Anyway, let's do the Crescent really quick. Crescent to New Orleans, 1 hour and 42 minutes late. Definitely not the latest train on Amtrak. Not bad. The northbound Crescent, by the way, is estimated 22 minutes late at Atlanta, which is... You love to see it, I guess. The California Zephyr to Emeryville, so the westbound California Zephyr, is 9 hours and 43 minutes late. It is not the latest train on Amtrak. Because I just found it in this mess of trains down near Los Angeles. The Southwest Chief, inbound to Los Angeles, 13 hours and 8 minutes late.
Holy God.
And that is the latest train
Should have
on
gone
Amtrak.
with westbound.
Yeah,
That thing!
it picked up 8 hours of delay between Gallup, New Mexico, and Flagstaff, New Mexico. That's a lot of damage. It was 4 hours late, and then it was 12 hours late.
I blame O'Gillies.
Yeah, I blame O'Gillies too. This is clearly a run aid problem.
Boys.
I know that's off map, but I don't care. Alright, so I'll
Shouldn't be
punch
on
that
map,
in. Now
no.
it's time for terminations. I actually had one that I wanted to... Yeah, alright, yeah, I'm going to put this in as my termination. Who's up first? Oh, Bears. It's Bears?
Barry the platypus!
There it is.
Nice.
Tyler.
I guess I should do that thing. Okay.
Yes, please do the thing. Uh-oh, what? Wait, what?
Insert.
Picture fall in the center.
Where the...
Picture fall in the center for
Wait,
500.
no. Not a picture
Why
from
is
the
it
center.
an ArcGIS link?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because Tempe.
Transit
Yes.
temp.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
My dorm will be 2 blocks away from
Oh,
the
jeez.
the UP main line. So
Nice.
fuck yeah.
Homer.
I am not sure if I'm actually excited for college.
I can't
Right.
tell you one way or the other, but is anybody excited for the Wienermobile to come to the Baltimore
Yes.
Railway Museum?
This is
full
the
day of
animal
fun.
costume everybody
Which I
wanted.
don't.
This is the most ambitious crossover event in history.
2022 is being saved by this one event.
The Oscar Mayer
Yes.
Wienermobile. Yeah, the Supreme Court has at least codified our rights to wieners. Alright, Jader,
Give me Wienermobile or give me death.
the right to bear wieners shall not be
Yes.
infringed. Milky?
Found this neat video on Reddit the other day of a 14-year-old gymnast doing a standing double backflip on grass,
Oh!
which apparently only 2 people have done in the world in recorded history of
then.
trying to do it. And his
It's
reaction is
impressive,
just great.
I tell you.
Holy
Like-
crap!
Yeah.
Alright,
It's just a
anyway,
great video. Yep.
that's something special. You don't see that every day.
Yep.
I need to real quick get the community channel thing. We're up to 80 subscribers on the community channel, which means we're only 20 away from being able to fix the URL for the community channel because it's still Admiral Ellis. Anyway, thanks for coming on, guys, and thanks to, of course, to all of our fans, to Stephen West for running the local base. Without it, we could not have Locomotive Versus or the trading cards. Thanks to Milky for getting me a new shot of Glenbrook, not behind Eureka. And thanks to Virtual Railfan for not kicking us off. Anyway, Milky's back. I just thanked you in particular for getting me that shot of Glenbrook.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it for today. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you around.
Bye.